Hi, welcome to Al Lucard presents Tubi Tuesday. Tubi Tuesday, that's right. I'm doing my review here on a Wednesday, but I'm glad to be doing it. So this is our first one that we've done. This is with my co-pilot from the Midnight Society and the master of all things Tubi. Uh, uh, for this one, we're going to talk about a movie that I saw way back when. We will be talking about today. We'll be talking about 1986's uh, uh, FX uh, that starred Bryan, Australian actor Bryan, Brian Dennehy, Josie Guzman, Mason Adams, and the late and great Jerry Orbach. Uh, so, uh, yeah, I saw this film. This is free on Tubi. As you know, Tubi is a free movie streaming service. They have tons of great content on here, both modern and classic. So if you're looking for free movies and you don't mind very little commercials, we're talking like maybe a couple of commercials for the whole movie. I think I had two. I think I only had five. They had two, and then one in the center, and then two at the end. That's not bad. These movies are also uncut and unedited. So what you see in the theater is what you get. So there's no editing either. Run times are, and they don't count against the run times. The commercials don't count against the runtime. So there's no editing. So FX was made in 1986. I told you who the cast was. It was directed by Robert Mandel. It was made for a $10 million budget. It returned almost 21 million, which back in 1986 was pretty good. It's pretty good. Um, and this is a fun movie. Um, Brian Brown plays a special effects guy named Roland Raleigh Tyler, and he is hired by the Justice Department to help. What he thinks is going to happen is going to help protect a mob boss who's going to turn evidence against his old friends, but they want to get him into witness protection. So what they're going to do is they're going to fake an assassination, so see it appear that he's killed, and then they're going to hide him out. Well, what Raleigh doesn't know is that he's being set up uh, for a non-crime. They want him to fake this death, but because he knows about it, the evil Justice Department, led by Mason Adams and his right hand man, what's his name? God, Lipton. Well, they set Raleigh up to take the fall. He's going to do this crime and then and this public execution, and then they're going to kill him to protect their secret. And of course, it goes awry. Um, Raleigh does his job, um, and we see how great of a effects guy he is when Lipton first meets him, and he's done a lot of great movies, and he has got all these props in his apartment, and Lipton seems at first seems to be a pretty good guy. He knows all his work, but we find out that he's not so good, and the gentleman who hires him, Colonel Mason, he's even less of a good guy. So they're all after some sort of agenda. So they attempt to kill Raleigh after the fake assassination of mobster DeFranco, played by Jerry Orbach, and Raleigh manages to escape, but he thinks it's just Lipton that's after him. So he calls Mason and says, "Hey, Lipton just tried to kill me. You got to come get my ass out of the fire." And Colonel Mason says, "Yeah, I'll do that. Where are you at?" Um, he says, "I'm here. I'm on the phone." This is when they have phone booths. If you see the movie, that's what they're standing in. These, the little small squares. Those are phone booths. You don't see those anymore. Um, so Raleigh gets off the phone, and then somebody else wants to use it, so he has to step out. And so when the stranger goes in there, it looks like him. So the men that Mason sent kill the wrong man, but it also tips off to Raleigh that Mason was after him as well. He doesn't know why. He doesn't understand it. And so while this is all happening, we meet Leo McCarthy. He's a detective for the NYPD. And, oh, no, wait a minute. Hold on. I'm getting a little ahead of myself. Okay, so Raleigh escapes. He goes home. And him and his girlfriend are, you know, they're back together. She's an actress. He works special effects. The next morning, she's killed by a sniper, and Raleigh baits the sniper into coming up after him, and they have a terrific fight, and then Raleigh gets the best of it, kills the sniper, and then that's when we meet Bryan Dennehy, who plays Leo McCarthy. He comes onto the scene. He's an old, crusty New York detective, and he's burned about just every bridge he's had at the department, but he's a good cop. And he's been after DeFranco for a very long time. It's not really explained why he has such a hard-on for DeFranco. It wasn't like he killed his partner or his family or anything. He was after him for 6 months. And so he has this, he's, like I said, he's really after him, but no really ulterior motive. So, I don't know. Just a little bit of weak writing. A little bit. It would have been nice to have a little bit more background, like, okay, we get why you don't like this guy, but why? Why are you after him so hard? Well, anyway, he gets called to the murders of Raleigh's girlfriend and the sniper guy. And so he's trying to put it together from his end. Raleigh's trying to figure out why is this happening to him and how can he get his fat out of the fire. So there's some close calls with Raleigh, him and his assistant. They dodged a couple of bullets, both by the bad guys and the good guys, the cops. And Raleigh decides to take the fight to Colonel Mason. And Leo, on the other hand, he's so bulldogish that he ends up getting suspended for it. But he steals his captain's badge, and he goes out to Mason's house too. And he doesn't know that Raleigh's there, and Raleigh doesn't know that he's there, but they both have something in common. So I won't tell you more about what happens after that. Let's just say that there was an FX2 and an FX TV series that ran for 2 years. I never saw the series. I saw the first 2 movies. They were pretty solid. This was a lot of fun. I liked this movie. I liked it when I saw it. I liked it now. What I didn't remember was the fact that Raleigh and McCarthy, they never had any interaction with each other at all until the very end of the movie. At the very end, and even then, that's probably the only weak part about the movie is the very end, because when you see how they get together and how they resolve the story, you're sort of looking at it going like, that doesn't make any sense at all, and you'd be right. I thought this movie, like I said, was a lot of fun. It's rated R. There's some salty language. There isn't any nudity or anything like that. There's some shootouts, some chases, whatnot. The scene where Raleigh's trying to get information from Lipton, that's hilarious. That scene is about as bad as Commando, where they go chasing down the road, and then you see the car that Sully's driving has no scratches or dents in it. So it's pretty bad. Editing is pretty bad. Otherwise, that's it. That's all I got. Tubi Tuesday, presented by Al Lucard. I enjoy doing this, and thanks for turning me on to doing this format, Al. It's cool. It's too bad nobody else is doing it, right? I hope nobody decides to copy you, because this is pretty cool. All right, I will be back probably sooner than later with a Dollar Tree Theater. I'm a little late this week, so I might skip it till next week. Eek or not. I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow for our good friend Jerry Beasley. He'll be here at 8 o'clock for 8 Questions With. Until then, me and the Cheetah will see you on the road. Peace.